Hi everyone and welcome back. A couple of weeks ago I was fortunate enough to film a television show, and the makeup artist that did my makeup created a look for me that was basically a no makeup look. And so I wanted to recreate that look using all natural products, and this is the finished product. This is the finished look right here. It's a very easy to do look, and she gave me a few tips along the way as far as application on mature skin and basically how to just look like you have beautiful skin and beautiful eyes and are not wearing a ton of makeup. So I hope I was successful, and if you keep watching, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Here it is. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the Juice Beauty Phyto-Pigments Serum Foundation in the color Golden Tan number 20. And I'm going to be applying this just to the center. Let's shake it up a little bit. There we go. Right to the center points of the face, and then shearing it out. So let's get this on. I'm using the Real Techniques foundation brush, and I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of hydrating toner just to dampen it a little bit. That's going to make the application even more sheer, and here we go. So on the day that I filmed, the location was out in the desert, and it was very dry. So that morning I prepped my skin with my regular moisturizer, and I added a little extra marula oil to it to give my skin a little more moisture for the day. And then the final step was to apply sunscreen. So I did the same thing today, and one of the tips that the makeup artist that I was working with said was to make sure that your skin is well moisturized. And the last thing that I put on right before makeup today was my Ride or Die Moisturizer from Devita, the Solar Protective Moisturizer in SPF 30. So my skin should be pretty moist. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is apply some concealer. And I'll be using my MAC Studio Sculpt concealer. It's not the cleanest, and you can see I have used almost to the bottom, almost all of it. I love this concealer. It's hydrating, it covers, it doesn't sit in fine lines or anything like that. In fact, it plumps everything up. And when you use a blender sponge to apply it, there we go, it's seamless. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with my blender sponge. And yes, I'm almost to the end of this jar, and my understanding is that it's been discontinued, at least as far as the regular MAC stores go, but I think it's still available at the pro stores. And if it is, unless I can find a concealer to take its place, and I am going to be looking at green concealers. In fact, if you have a concealer that you really like and it's clean with good ingredients, put it in the comment section below, because I'm going to start assembling a list. But so I'm going to be sampling Green Beauty concealers, but if I can't find anything as well that works as well as the MAC does, I'm going to repurchase. 80-20. I'm going to give it a little bit more. I didn't sleep all that great last night. I had a hot flash in the middle of the night, woke up soaking wet, and then it was, change clothes, and by the time you actually got back into bed, I was wide awake. There we go. That's another thing. You can just pile this stuff on and No caking, no creasing, nothing. Okay, I'll leave that open because I'm going to, another tip that she gave me was if you don't have eye primer, just take a little concealer and mix it with a little of your foundation, and then just pat that into the eye. And it just evens everything out, and that just helps to make sure your eye makeup goes on smooth and that you have a nice even foundation for applying it. So as far as color goes, I'm going to be using this Pretty Naked palette. This is from 100% Pure, and there you go. You can see it has a highlighter, a blush, and 3 eyeshadows here. I'm going to be using this medium brown shade here, which is called Chestnut. Okay, but first I'm going to put on this shade, which is Flaxseed, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. So let's see, what brush do I want to use? A soft one. Here we go. This is one of my e.l.f. brushes. Here's the palette with the highlighter, blush, and the 3 shadows. And I used this shadow and this one. Back to the colors. So I'm going to do all over the lid in the lightest shade, the Flaxseed, which just kind of sets the primer. Well, yeah, what we used as a primer, and provides a nice base for the crease color. I've heard some criticism of this palette that doesn't work for older ladies, only young ladies, but I think these colors are great. All right, so in the crease, I'm using this crease brush from e.l.f. and yeah, we're going to take there we go, filling up the brush with this. It's really hard to maneuver your palette for the camera. And I'm just putting this into the crease and bringing it just a little bit up into the corner. And the makeup artist that I was working with used mostly Makeup Forever and NARS. So the eyeshadows that she used were really pretty. So this is an approximation of what she used. It was nice to have a chance to sample a little bit of your more higher end cosmetics to see how they performed. So I'm going to blend. This is the Real Techniques. I think this is like the brush that, yeah, puts powder here. But I'm going to use this to blend everything. Next, I'm going to take my eyeliner and just put the line. I've got my MAC eyeliner here and in black, and I'm just, let's see, do I want this one? Yeah, I'll start with this one. If this one doesn't work, I'll switch to my Kohl. But I'm going to put the eyeliner, I'm just going to push it into the upper lash line. And we'll need, no, I don't think I'll need a magnifying mirror for that. I think I can do it. Of course, holding the mirror and doing this with one hand could get interesting, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to smudge out. And last thing we want is we don't want a line. Yes. Yes, if you make a mistake and you get too much, just smudge it a little bit. And I can always go back with the lid color if it's really bad. Okay, so I'm going to get this little brush from e.l.f. I'll move over to this side and smudge this a little bit because I put it on a little too heavy, so we'll just soften it up a little bit. And then she did not do this, but any residual, oh yeah, much better. Any residual on the pigment on the brush, I'm just going to run it along the lower lash line. Good. A little here. Okay, so you can kind of see. Let's do the eyebrows. And I'm just going to keep this really simple. I've got the medium ash brow powder from Silk Naturals. And a little of this stuff goes a very long way. So I've got my brow brush here. And I'm just going to put just a few teeny tiny grains on the end of this brush. That's more than you need. And mostly with my brows, one's a little higher than the other one, this one. And I have gray hairs that I need to fill in. So that's what I'm going to do here, just lightly shape, and you see how a little bit of this brow powder goes a long way. I have to pick up some of that brow fix, I think, or brow wax, or vegan brow wax, whatever it is that everybody loves from All Natural Face. Right now, though, this is working. Just a few more granules, just granules, that's all we're talking. And I'm going to go along the top just to raise that up a little bit. You see how I did that? And then drag it out here to the side. And lightly, I mean, my brush strokes are so light. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to leave it like this and just brush a little bit, just to distribute that color a little more evenly. There, see that? And now it's trying, I think, did I get a little, ugh. If you do get a little bit of product, I think I might have gotten a little bit of color down there. Just going to hit it with a little bit of this. Okay. Press that in. Okay, now at this point, she used the Makeup Forever HD powder to just a light dusting over everything, and so I'm going to use the Silk Naturals dupe. I'm just going to do a teensy weensy little bit on there, shake that off, and just kind of lightly dust. There we go. Okay, so next up, that's looking better, right? Next up, a little mascara, and this was my favorite thing that she did that day. To make your eyelashes look like you're not wearing mascara, but to look like they're just beautiful, long lashes, this is what she did. I'm going to use the Rollerlash because it's starting, this is almost done. So it's not as wet as it once was. And I have a small, any eyebrow, any fine line eyebrow brush. The bristles on this one are a little bit stiff. But yeah, any, I've seen the one that e.l.f. makes, or any eyeliner or eyebrow brush that's shaped, you know, to rectangle like this, or even a straight bristle brush, as long as it's like fine and the bristles are a little bit stiff, put the mascara on there, and then we're just going to lightly brush this on the lashes. I'm going to come a little bit close in so the mirror's not on you and you can see what I'm doing. So you can start to see, you can see my lashes. The other thing that she did that I thought was really cool is she curled my lashes with a heated eyelash curler, which is the first time I'd ever had anyone, I'd ever seen it, let alone had it used on me, and now I'm kind of obsessed. I think my next Amazon order is going to include one of those. She said it's because it's easier on the eyes, you know, when you're working with somebody else's, obviously, eyes, it's easier than your regular eyelash curler. All right, I'll come in a little more and let's do this side. So I'm just brushing on the mascara. And you can see my eyelashes are coming to life. You can see them, they're being defined, but they're not. Oh God, some neighbor's talking really loud. I apologize. I have the window shut, but you know, when you live in a city, I think she's yelling at the mailman about something, which makes no sense because we have a really cool mailman for once. All right, I'm gonna do this again and do the lower lashes now. Yeah, it's also, I guess, a great way to stretch your, when you have a mascara that's coming to the end of its life, to stretch it a little bit. I think I might have gotten a wee bit much. Yeah, I got too much on this brush. And I don't have a Q-tip, so I'm going to have to do this with my fingers. Sorry. I'm getting close. There, that's better. All right, so we'll do this eye. I hope I did not put that mirror back and reflect that back on you. If I did, I apologize. There we go. God, so much concentration to do this and not make a mistake. Don't look at the glob of mascara on the left eye. It's not there. You can't see it. Go. And yes. So this eye looks a lot better than this eye, but there you go. There we go. So it does work, and it doesn't look like you're wearing mascara. It just looks like you have really nice lashes. Love it, love it. Blush time. Back to 100% pure. We're going to use this blush right here, which is called Naked. It's just a peachy, where's my blush? There we go. It's just a peachy sort of warm tone. Oops. Ah, there we go. Now I see it. Okay, good. Blend that. I'll get my little powder brush and blend that out, but I'm even going to put a little right here, just to kind of make it look like I'm a little bit, you know, sun-kissed. Put a little up here, a little up there. Okay, very good. And then let's just go over that a little bit. This brush, I really love it. It just seems to blend everything, whether you have powder on it or not. So my camera battery died right before the end, but I did want to let you know to show you that I finished up by using my Milani lip liner in Nude, and then the 100% pure lip glaze in Coquette, which is a sort of peachy pink, Your Lips But Better shade. And here's what it looked like on the lips. And that is the finished look. There you go. I'm not going to come in too close because the afternoon sun, look. Yeah! No. So, there is the finished look. I hope you like it.